Hi, I'm Steve Caseley from CBT Nuggets, and this MicroNugget is focused on the project management plan. If you have viewed my MicroNugget on the project charter, I describe the project charter as the most important project document, that it provides the foundation for the project. I would describe the project management plan as the second most important document, and if we were to continue in the house building scenario, the project charter is the foundation and the project management plan is the first floor. But all future project activities are based on building off of working from this project management plan. The project management plan presents the results of all of the work that we're going to do in planning. As defined in project management, specifically in the PMI PMBOK, in planning, we review all of the 9 knowledge areas. Planning encompasses all of the 9 knowledge areas. We talk about how we're going to develop an integrated project delivery approach. We define the scope for our project. We define the time or the schedule for our project. We identify the budget for our project. We define the quality processes that the project will follow. We define the HR requirements for the project, what resources are required for the project, and what training and what support we need in our project to keep the HR, to keep our project resources functional. We describe the communications process, how we're going to communicate project results to the project stakeholders. We identify all of the risks that could happen and cause our project to have delivery challenges, and we identify any procurement processes that will need to be followed to buy, to purchase, to acquire any of the goods, services, products required to support our project. So we take all of this work, all of the 9 knowledge area, and we use it to define how the project is going to be delivered. In a smallish project, we would create a single project management plan, and the single project management plan would have a chapter, a section to discuss each of the 9 knowledge areas. On large projects, it's highly likely that you would have multiple project management plans, or at least sub-deliverables of the project management plan, where you may have a project management plan dash scope, which specifically defines the scope for the project, and another project management plan dash time, which defines the time, the schedule for the project, and so on. But the key is the project management plan, using that house building scenario I laid out, is the first floor. The charter produced the foundation. It is the overall objectives for the project. In the project management plan, we take those overall objectives, we build on that foundation, we put the first floor onto the foundation, and we define the detailed scope for the project, the detailed time. We expand and we define everything related to the delivery of the project. And I believe the project management plan is a formal deliverable that should be presented to the business sponsor, to the stakeholders, to get formal sign-off, which is your authority to continue to work. And I deliberately use the word continue to work as opposed to start to work, because there has been significant project work already spent on the project, and that significant project work is developing the project management plan. Expect to spend a fair amount of time, and fair amount of time is going to depend on the size and nature of your project, but a project management plan is a lot of work, and without the lot of work, you don't have the definition, so you don't have your project set up for successful delivery. And the project management plan is a formal deliverable. Here is a Microsoft Word template of a project management plan that I would often use. As I say, the project management plan needs to be a formal deliverable, and we need to spend some time ensuring that our project management plan is professionally delivered. So I've got my company logo, I've got specific graphics to represent my project. I give it the formality of saying, here is the date that the project plan is issued, so that I can ensure I can control versions. I may put a version ID on it and identify myself as the author, because I have a great deal of pride in my project management plan. And we look at the table of contents, and the table of contents is going to define all of the 9 knowledge areas. Now, I don't specifically call it out and say I have Chapter 3, which is project scope management, and Chapter 4, which is project time management, because that is project management speak. I take the contents of my project management plan, project management speak, and I turn it into words that make sense for my project sponsor. So, as with any formal document, I'm going to have an executive summary. I'm going to copy the project goals from my project charter. I'm going to flesh out my project organization chart. I'm going to identify the project deliverables. Here I define the project scope. Here's where I define my acceptance criteria, the schedule, the budget, the quality, and so on and so on and so on. And I treat this project management plan as the source, as the guiding point within which all future activity of the project is going to be delivered. I will present it to my project sponsor, and I'll get formal acceptance, and then I will deliver my project based on every criteria that's been defined in this project management plan. This concludes our MicroNugget on the project management plan. I hope this has been informative for you, and thank you very much for viewing.